Breaking news today, we have a sit-down interview with Dr. Tobias. He's going to tell us exactly what to do and what not to do when it comes to the environment. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Dr. Tobias here, and today we are going to be talking about something called the tragedy of the commons, and what a tragedy it is. Global climate change is just one part of it, but that's the part we are going to discuss today. I realize that some people don't believe in climate change, but let me assure you, it is very real, and humans are playing a major role. We release huge amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every day without thinking about it. It gives us transportation, electricity, and all the things we enjoy as 21st century citizens. But behind the scenes, it is hurting our planet. Few take responsibility, however. No one person has brought us to this place, but we think that all it takes is one person to get us out of here. This change in climate will have drastic effects if steps are not taken to reduce our impact immediately. Just a few of these are sea level rise from melting ice caps, leading to abandonment of cities like New York and New Orleans, and even some island nations like the Philippines. Acidification of the oceans is another concern, which would lead to mass extinctions of marine species, some of which are vital sources of food for some areas of the world. And changing climate also brings with it a change in weather patterns. Storms may be more severe. Historically fertile crop locations may turn into desert, causing famine and starvation. The good news is that it can be stopped if we act now. The bad news is that it's going to take a real change in attitude and for everyone on the planet, not just a few people, to carefully consider their actions. But before we go over ways you can contribute to this effort, we need to understand what the tragedy of the commons is. Here is a brief explanation by a conscientious college student.
Well, to explain it better, this is the tragedy of the commons. Your foot is invading our shared space. If I remove your foot, it helps our shared space. Just like the air we're breathing is getting polluted with carbon dioxide from the cars that we're using or the factories down the street. And the oceans and the rivers are getting polluted with chemicals from big factories and big companies. It's shared space that gets overused by people because they can take advantage of it. That's the tragedy of the commons.
Now, a particularly conscientious college student has come up with some great ways to reduce our impact on the environment. She's going to share them with her friend. Let's see how it goes.
What are you doing? Turn the water off. Now, don't waste water by leaving it on when you're brushing your teeth. Also, stop taking those 45-minute long showers during the day. You're wasting gallons and gallons of water by taking so long in the shower and by leaving the water running every time you brush your teeth. Whoa, what are you doing? Go back in there and turn the lights off. Oh, okay. Always turn the lights off when you don't need them. Electricity is the largest source of CO2 emission in the nation, so never use the lights when you don't need them. Okay. Grab the reusable shopping bags. Okay. We definitely don't want to use the stupid plastic ones they're going to try to give us. We're trying to save the environment here. Happy now? Yes, definitely. The lights. Okay, now we can go. Whoa, where do you think you're going?
I'm going to the store.
No, the store's only a few blocks away. We can walk. There's no need for us to release the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere by getting in our car and going.
Okay.
As we can see, her friend is slightly perturbed at not just going with the flow, but the cost of these actions is basically nothing. The only part that would have taken any extra time is to walk to the store and back. But think of it this way, that extra exercise would be good for you. We don't get enough exercise as it is, but that is a subject for another special report.
So, me teaching you these helpful tips like turning off the water when you brush your teeth, shortening your showers, turning off the lights when you don't need them, and using reusable shopping bags, recycling, these are just simple tips to help us maybe save the world one day.
She is absolutely right, but as I said earlier, one person's actions are not enough to shape history. Diffusal of responsibility goes both ways. That's why, in order to make a true difference, everyone needs to take a stand and refuse to stand idly by. Change the status quo. Join the club to help save the world.